was a night in the desert. All the fans screaming. And probably Jim too. Two teams are set for a duel in the desert. Who will face a cruel end of the season? Stick around. I'll let you know right now. Only on the Dylan Hilder Show. There's a rhyme in there. It sounded right when I typed it. Anyway, let's get on with this. So, as everybody knows, Michigan and Texas Christian in the Fiesta Bowl. Put that one on the bingo card. Did not. I did not have TCU in the playoffs. But then again, never thought anybody would beat out the Broncos for the worst trade in 2022. But here we are. So the quarterback matchup is quite lopsided in favor of the Horned Frogs. Max Duggan, 65% completion, 3,321 yards, 30 touchdowns, 4 picks with a passer rating of 165.5 and 9 yards per attempt. On the other side, McCarthy, 65% completion on 80 less throws than Duggan, 2,376 yards, 20 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So, I mean, and it kind of fits with both the way teams play the offense. Offense goes through Max Duggan. Michigan, the offense goes through the running back, whether it's Donovan Edwards or Blake Corum. So it fits. I would like to see McCarthy play a lot better than what he has. It's been a lot of 50% completions. And when you're in an offense like that, and the way that it's so well set up, I want to see about 65-70% somewhere in there, and it's just not happening for McCarthy right now. But both quarterbacks are mobile, and both have very high potential to play on Sundays at a high level. And both teams, they're interesting, fun to watch, both ways. TCU, dynamic, really exciting quarterback, big playability. Michigan, same thing with the running backs. Again, whether it's Corum, Edwards, obviously Corum is out. So, here's the thing though. We don't exactly know how tested Michigan is against a great dynamic quarterback and a great team. I think they're both really good, but there is a possibility, and I'm not saying this is true, but this is a possibility, that Michigan hasn't really played anybody that's good. Yes, I'm including Ohio State into this. When you look at it, Penn State has 0 ranked wins in this top 25. Ohio State's only 2 wins in the top 25. Game against Penn State and Notre Dame, and that same Notre Dame team lost to Marshall. And need I say more, honestly? Now, Michigan's marquee win may be smoke and mirrors. Ohio State, as I said in the video I made last week, I don't think is as good as people are saying. I think this Ohio State team is dynamic, but very player oriented on a good day. With Stroud, not very mobile, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is absolutely phenomenal and is going to should be drafted on as high as what Megatron was, which was number 2, and you could have made a case for number 1, especially after seeing Jamarcus Russell. Nonetheless, now, Tale of the tape. Points per game, both teams are at 40 points. Michigan has the points allowed advantage, only allowing 13.4 points a game to TCU's 25. TCU with the yardage advantage at 470 to 453. How does this game ultimately end up going? I think Max Duggan will put on an absolute show, and it will be a game of a lifetime. He comes up just short. This is a man versus machine situation. Michigan's the machine, and Max Duggan is just only a man. I think this game will be very close. TCU's secondary is actually very, very good. So McCarthy will be tested. TCU will be able to have the safeties come in and commit more to the run, keeping Donovan Edwards into that bubble. But I think the Michigan defense is going to be able to slow down Max Duggan just enough, and the Michigan offense is going to be able to wear out TCU's defense just enough to squeeze a 31-28 victory over the Horned Frogs. And I'll even go as far as to say this. This game is going to come down to the final play. Whether it's a defensive stand by Michigan or a last-second field goal from old reliable Jake Moody. Now, Michigan fans, no mistake, this is no shot at the Wolverines. Very good football team, second best program over the past 2 years, record-wise. Georgia, 25-1, and Michigan is just one game behind. Now, this game, it's going to be close, and not because Michigan's playing bad. It is because I think Max Duggan is just that good. He is Joe Burrow, but without the SEC media machine to back him, and he doesn't quite have the talent around him that Burrow did. And I will also say this about Max Duggan. If you pick Will Levis, NFL GMs, listen to me close, I don't miss on quarterbacks very often. If you pick Will Levis over Max Duggan in the NFL draft, you should be fired as an NFL GM and blackballed because of your lack of football knowledge and stupidity. That is how good Max Duggan is going to be in the NFL. Now, do I think Will Levis can be good? Maybe. He hasn't shown the consistency that I would have liked to seen out of him, especially this year. But now I got that off my chest. Michigan's a great program. They are here to stay. They will always be a pain in Georgia's side. Always be a pain. Ohio State, and by the way it looks, they'll beat Ohio State more than they won't. And they could very well turn back the clock to the early 1900s, and Michigan was the center of the college football world. The job that Harbaugh has done since the COVID year is the most incredible thing I have ever seen in my life. He has turned that program into a single-wide trailer with holes in the floorboard to a mansion on Miami Beach with a pool. The program was directionless, the butt of every joke, and now they can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the country. And that includes my beloved Bulldogs. The strength in that program and the toughness in that program is an equalizer, regardless who you play, from Georgia to Alabama to Ohio State the USC. I go on. No matter the talent gap, especially with what Michigan can bring in talent wise, they will always be a contender as long as they stick to that formula. Now, I do believe it will be Michigan versus Georgia, the national title games in LA. Could be wrong. I know the game's supposed to be in LA soon. This year. Again, don't know. But, you know, not going. So that's really expensive. But it will be Michigan and Georgia in the national title game. Repeat of the Orange Bowl it was last year. Now, that game, as a fan, Georgia Bulldogs, that's got me a little nervous, not gonna lie. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.